As always, we made a new friend first in New York called Marino. Marino, encantado. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Bien, bien.
Well, Spanish is useful. So I think we better get out and check in. Right, Shimon? So we've checked in our Airbnb and it is actually quite nice, I would say. The owner is not home yet, but it is very American. But for the American prices, this is very, very affordable. Shower. It's quite good. We've arrived in our Airbnb and we are very jet lagged, so we are trying to stay awake for a bit longer before going to bed, otherwise we will be getting up in the middle of the night. How are you feeling, Shimon?
I'm tired.
Good morning. We are just about to go and explore a bit of New Jersey and New York. And first we need to find a train station, and as we walk to the train station we will see a bit of the New Jersey. It is actually a different state, but it's neighboring New York. Shimon, are you fully awake?
Yes.
And ready to explore?
Yes, I'm ready.
We actually are supposed to do a local trip, but we bought a city pass which allows us to use 3 attractions. So we still didn't fully decide what we are doing, but we're definitely going to the top of the rock to see the panoramic view of the city. The first sign of me being America is seeing the monument of Abraham Lincoln, so now I feel completely like I'm in America. We decided to have breakfast at McDonald's, and probably it is quite local. Obviously McDonald's comes from the US, but if you're on a budget it is quite reasonable and it's not very expensive, and it will keep you going for the day for sure, as it's quite full of calories. Jak Szymon, twoje pankejki? Tak? Are you excited about the McDonald's experience in America? It is definitely different. The portions are larger. The offering is quite different to back in Europe. Finally we reached the Journal Square and we're about to take train. I don't think it's subway. One of the things you need to be aware of is that Revolut card doesn't seem to work here in most of the places, so I highly advise you to take some cash with you before traveling to the US. But I must say I'm quite surprised because Revolut card works pretty much everywhere. But finally we are here at the station. We are catching train to World Trade Center, and then we will make our way to top of the rock. So finally we've reached New York City and we are at the World Trade Center. So I think we'll stop here just to see the memorial for 9/11, and then we will make our way to the top of the rock. My first stop today is the 9/11 memorial, and this place is where the World Trade Center, the original one, was standing before it was attacked and destroyed. And today this place commemorates all the victims of this terrorist attack. You can see all the names, and this waterfall is dedicated to the victims. But on the back as well you can see the museum, so if you've got more time, make sure to visit the museum. And I've been told on Mondays it's free of charge, so I may go there tomorrow. But if you don't have time, at least come here, pay the respect to all the victims.
Closing doors, please.
Shimon, how are you struggling with the jet lag? I'm almost half asleep and we haven't even started.
Oh, okay, actually.
So now on the top of the rock, which is one of the viewing platforms, observation decks, where you can see the view of New York City. There are quite a few places like Empire State Building, so you can choose many places to admire the city from above. But I decided to come here as my first site, and I must say I'm absolutely amazed. I can see all the major buildings, including Statue of Liberty, which is visible far in the distance. It is nice, isn't it? I've discovered actually you can go even higher on this building, and probably from here you can get better pictures and videos because there's no glass protection, so you get to take better shots. Now I'm in the front of Rockefeller Center, and it reminds me of the end scene of Home Alone 2 when Kevin reunites with his mom, so quite cool. Our next stop will be the Times Square, another very important place in New York. Probably everyone around the world knows this place. So we're going there to take some pictures. It's a good place for shopping, but I think we may leave shopping for a bit later, as we need to make sure we use the sunshine and good weather because tomorrow is meant to be a bit cloudy. Finally, I've reached the Times Square, another very famous site in New York, and it is amazing. I mean, it is very busy, but I think it's better to come here at night to see all the buildings lit up. So I may come back here a bit later. Of course, we have to have hot dogs. Now it's time to walk a bit around the Central Park. As you can see, you can really relax here. Sunshine in the middle of the autumn and lovely park. So we've reached Brooklyn and we came here to see a famous bridge and admire Manhattan on the other side and see the sunset. And first we'll have something small to eat, possibly again, what, Simon? McDonald's! So another McDonald's. Not very healthy weekend, but it is pricey here, so McDonald's will do. And it is a bit different. But you see, there's a medium drink from what I've been told. Slava Ukrainie!
Героям слава!
Exactly. I've reached the famous Brooklyn Bridge and we came here just on time for the sunset, but it is so pretty, and shortly I will walk through the bridge back to Manhattan and see the sunset. But New York so far amazes me. It is a busy city, so much to do, and I don't think 2 days is nowhere near enough to fully experience the city. But it is probably enough to at least get an idea, get the feeling of the city.
Duże miasto, dużo wieżowców, co ja bardzo lubię. No, może moje marzenie się spełniło, bo w sumie od dziecka chciałem tu przyjechać i zjeść. Finally, I'm crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, and as you can see, it's very busy, but I came here on time for the sunset. So I've decided to come back to the Times Square, just see it at night, and it is much busier, but it is prettier as well at night, and it is very nice. It's better. So now I'm visiting the Edge, another observation deck in New York. To be honest, it is probably much better than the other one we visited earlier. And just seeing the contrast between day and night is really cool. And it's definitely worth paying for it. Oh god. Oh. As we stay in Airbnb, we're quite lucky to meet Alpha, our new friend, all the way from Senegal. But you're kind of New Yorker now, aren't you?
I'm good from New York, but the blood is still Senegal.
Of course. Good morning. That's day 2 and our last day in New York. And we already checked out from our Airbnb and we are slowly heading towards New York. Quickly some shopping here in the supermarket, and then we will continue exploring New York City. I didn't realize that there are trams in New Jersey, so we're taking tram now towards the center for some shopping. While traveling, I always enjoy visiting the local stores just to see what products each country has, and also always to buy some things to take home with me. And I'm always ending up in the coffee section first. And I think American coffee is tasty, but can be quite full of sugar. Now I know where the lady from all the memes comes from. She's from the US. Even if you're staying in New Jersey, you get a chance to see the whole Manhattan from here. So that's the I think it's the lower Manhattan. You see also the upper once you walk along the coast. But it is quite nice. And like I said earlier, New Jersey city is very, very close. So now we are making finally our way to New York. New York has quite a strange transportation system. To actually even put the notes inside the machine is quite complicated. So my friend is just struggling to put the money into Metro card. So, well, compared to London, London is much, much easier. So one thing to improve for New Jersey, New York City, for sure. But at least in New York, you can use the contactless card for payments. From here I can see the Statue of Liberty over there, but if you want to get closer, take a ferry and pay I think more than $20. So if it was more time, make sure to go there. But I would say the Statue of Liberty is much smaller than most of people think, so it is quite tiny. I always thought it is quite visible everywhere in New York if you're visiting, but it is small. But I leave it for my next visit. I'm supposed to go to the 9/11 museum. It is free, but you still have to make a reservation online, and we didn't see any possibility to do it online because it was not available already, but we thought maybe if we appear we'll be allowed to enter, but it was not possible. And One World Trade Center observation deck is not valid for our pass, so we're going to the Empire State Building, and that's our final attraction. And then we'll do some additional bits before making our way back to the airport. I don't think I'll miss New York transport. I wasn't able to go to the island with the Statue of Liberty, but at least actually. Excuse me, young ladies. Decided to come as well to the Empire State Building, and the views from here are absolutely amazing. But if I paid more, slightly more, I could go to the top floor. It probably would be even better, but I think I will leave that for now. But make sure you come here. It's actually called the world's most famous building. And eventually I decided to come to the top floor to see the viewing deck, and well, it is definitely worth coming. The views are amazing, and you can take proper photos as well. If you're a fan of architecture, you should visit the Flatiron building, which is a unique shape and splits the two streets. It is very, very, very thin. So something quite interesting to see. If you've got time, make sure to come here. Now I'm visiting Grand Central Terminal, which is the main station in New York, and it's also a very, very beautiful site. The interior is stunning. From outside as well, it's very, very beautiful. But I'm also finishing my trip here, so it is my last stop on this very, very intensive and exciting trip to New York. I know already that I'll be back here sometime in the future, but I hope some of you who are watching this will visit this beautiful city. So all I shall say, see you soon, New York. So, Szymon, that's our last stop on New York trip. Are you sad?
Yes.
Did you like New York? Good evening, greetings from John Kennedy International Airport in New York, Terminal 7. I'm about to travel to Poland, to Warsaw, and I'll be flying with not Polish Airlines. Today's aircraft is Boeing 787 Dreamliner, of course, and the flight will be less than 9 hours, I think it's 8. So quite a long flight, but I'm hoping to get some sleep and also get some good food. But I've got an hour and a half to explore this airport. So far, everything goes quite smooth, but the airport is a bit different from the European ones. But let's have a short walk for this exciting flight. Alexander. That would be a busy flight, no? 20F. So finally we're on board of the Dreamliner version 8 and we're ready to go to sleep. The flight is full, but we got emergency row, so more comfort for the legs. But I will guess I wait for some food, possibly watch something and then sleep. So we've slept probably for most of the flight. Now it's time for service number 2 before landing. So we've arrived back in Warsaw and the flight was very, very good. Although I slept for most of the time, but now I'm ready to go to bed once I pick up my baggage and go for passport control. No jet bridge this time. With a lovely weather to welcome us back home. Exactly. Good evening, I was going to say, but good morning. We are back. Well, actually, good afternoon. We are back in Warsaw, and to sum up, the flight was very good, although I was too tired to really do many things on the flight. I watched a film, had a nice meal, and the flight went very quick. So, thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.